Hello, so I'm not sure if you know about it. I was in a tourney, um, from when I'm recording this today, but uh, it'll be yesterday when this video is released. So I absolutely threw in the tourney. My OBS lagged really badly throughout it, and I threw the one cycle pretty hard. It was gonna be sub 25. Um, I just feel bad. But I decided to do a rerun on the seed that they gave me, just to see what time I could have gotten. And despite failing one cycle again, I still got a pretty good time, and I thought I'd talk about my experience in the tourney, while I show what the tourney could have been for me if I didn't fuck up so badly. so, so this is, I know the recording is a little laggy. My OBS was really choppy during the tournament, and it's still a little choppy now, and it's weird. There, it doesn't let me fucking close it with E. It didn't let me close my inventory with E, so I had to stop and hit escape eventually after typing EWEWEW a lot in the chat. Over here, I grabbed my stone. So I did route it. This is after routing the seed. Um, okay. So I'm gonna go to a specific lava pool. Uh, well, not, yeah, lava pool, but it's underground. A cave lava pool, and I know an exact place to blind to get pretty close to the stronghold. Well, to be on top of it. I couldn't blind into the stronghold. I tried. You can't blind into the stronghold on this seed. Um, but I just want to say, in the tourney, I also had basically the same blind. Cause in the tourney, I blinded. Um, I think it was just about on the fortress, but after blinding, I I was right next to a village. I threw an eye, went towards the village, threw an eye at the village, and it went down. I was like, holy shit. Because I blind traveled essentially right on top of the stronghold in the actual run when I didn't know what was in the seed except for the cords of the lava. Well, they told us that because they didn't want us to do the magma ravine shit. Because it's hard. So, I was gonna say it's actually good cords, but the cores aren't good for. Well, the cores are good, but they're not strong. They're not where the stronghold is on the seed. So I'm sticking down to a cave lava pool. On the seed, it's pretty cool. So it's an island spawn with a ruin portal with 27 iron nuggets, 5 golden carrots, and some gold leggings. And then there's a magma ravine that you could enter through. And after going through that, you are in a housing bastion. I ended up actually making my own housing bastion during this because I wanted to make sure that I had like a whole route down. Because when I was in the tourney, I had the general idea of housing manhunt, but I didn't have the full experience, I guess. And so I wanted to make sure that was better, and ended up accidentally creating my own route, and it's pretty cool. I've made it better since this because when I did this, it was still in its primitive like route, I guess, when I first found it, so it wasn't very good. But it's better now, and I'll release a video on it and on how I play the rest of my bastions because I think it could be interesting. Now I'm just building the portal. I grabbed some iron in the cave. There was just some iron there that I ended up finding when routing. I was like, okay, that's good for the pickaxe, and I can smelt it while making the portal. Just, multitasking, I guess. I needed I wanted more wood than I actually got during this because I want wood to make bowls for mushroom stew because there's not a lot of food in this. I mean, it's the 5 golden carrots that I get at the start plus a hoglin, and then mushrooms. Like that's all the food is for this run, and that's really weird for Bedrock. I throw blocks, so I don't know if it actually did anything. All I know is that I wanted the same spawn that I had in the actual run, and in the actual run I threw blocks through because I was in a cave, and it was random. Again, some more choppy footage by OBS. Just the king, and this is the start of my route. So, uh, I'll show it in my when I show you all the routes, but it you would want to you would want to dig 2 blocks down. In the part where I only dug 1 block down, it's 2 blocks deep, but you want it 3 blocks deep so the piglins stop shooting each other as much, so you can have way more piglins that are actually trading. So I block out these 2 areas so I'm not murdered by piglins. Then I usually break the chest to aggro them, but I just kill that one to aggro them. Then I break the chest and I'm just like, oh crap, there's a zombie pigman in there. So I had to kill it, and then they started coming in. And I was supposed to mine that little those blocks. I forgot to mine them. I was supposed to mine them and then mine down on them too, but I didn't. So to get the piglins into the hole and not go through that and try to kill me, I have to stand at the side, which I figure out in a second. I didn't even have it planned. But look at all those piglins. Look at all those fucking piglins. So many. And then I'm hit in here and I'm like, okay, because I didn't know exactly how to get out of there. Like if I just I don't know if I can just build out. And this is what I'm talking about. That's why I was supposed to mine that area down. And look at that's probably I don't know how many piglins, but that could be like up to 20 piglins in there. It's so insane. So I grabbed more gold from the housing. Just grab some more. Now, to be fair, this is a very primitive based route, I guess. But it's a really good route. So I thought that if somebody actually found it out before me, then more people would be using it because it gets so many piglins. But it's a very primitive route, but I haven't seen anybody else use it, so I'm gonna say that I found it. I did find it on my own, but I don't know if I'm the first person to find it. But I'm gonna claim that because why not, you know? I'm throwing more gold. There's still so many that are trading, even though there's a bunch that have been shot by the piglins. That that's partly because this doesn't always work. Sometimes there's lava, so always mine two-way down when you're doing the route. I just did it like this because of the seed. I had to burn some stuff because of the seed. You get a lot of stuff that you have to just throw out. The soul speed one boots actually help a little bit at least. Not that much. I destroyed that because I wasn't sure if I'd have to throw more stuff in there. And I didn't want to pick up, and I didn't want to leave the lava open because if you do, then the piglins will hit you in. And look at those trades. Oh, something I didn't mention. The world, because it's like a world file that they made. It's not just a seed. So the world file gives me increased luck. It's just for the tourney to make the tourney faster. And I just do this. I just kill the piglins. You know, actually, this isn't a part of the route or anything. I just kill the piglins because the piglins were causing pain and suffering, and they hit me a few times, so I decided to murder them. I think it's pretty justified, to be honest. I do Java Fire as throw. Let's go. And shaky because I never do Java 1. I go over here. Don't have a lot of health, so I just waited a second here. I should have just Pearl immediately, though. Pearl over here, the Soul Sand Boots. Help, and right there's the fortress. Again, more choppy recording because my OBS is dying today for some reason. And that gas. You might not know, I have horrible gas luck. Horrible. Ghast always hate me. Like, gas will find a way to shoot at me. So I'm like, okay, could you, like, not? So I go up more, and I go up to the Soul Sand Valley, because then I don't have to deal with the Wither Skeleton that's there sometimes. You get 3 more strays, but you also have to deal with the Wither Skeleton, and if you put out the wrong place, then the Wither Skeleton gets 3 hits off, and you're just dead. You're just dead. So I go over here, get some strays here, because there are still some. 1 for 2. Again, I've increased the luck during this run, so I'm gonna have better odds. I didn't care about increased luck. This is a bastion and a fortress. I didn't need increased luck. I took it because it was already on the world. and I didn't know if there's anything on the world file that was also a part of the tourney run, so I just kept the world file instead of just getting the seed. Then I kill these two skeletons. They were a pain. I kill this blaze. Oh, and it's a 2-eye, so I only need 5. And I decide to go over there and because there's a hoglin over there and mushrooms over there, so I decide to go over there and wait for spawns. I turn on that stream because you can grab 3 beds after you blind travel on the seed. Bad idea because I mess up one cycle, but it's okay. Well, because there's hoglins and mushrooms, I decided to wait for a spawn and just go here instead of going for those 2 strays, and they probably would have dropped. So after killing this hoglin, I get 4. Funny thing is, in the actual tourney run, when I killed that hoglin, it only dropped 2, and if it had dropped 3, then I would have gotten to sub 25. It was literally it could have been down to hoglin luck. I also threw, kind of, but I could have not thrown if I had more health. You won't really understand it that well from just hearing me talk about it. So if you want, I'll link the tourney match down below. So here I'm just trying to make sure that I'm at the right coordinates, because if I mess it up, then it could be too much off, and I just don't want it to be too much off. So I get to the right point. I'm like, okay, here. This is where to build the portal. I have to go bidding because it's at negative 95 on the last coordinate. And I'm just saying, these are good chords. Like, I wouldn't travel here. I would just go in the actual fortress if I had this in actual RSG, which is kind of what I did. The only thing I did was go up to the Soul Sand Valley because I wasn't sure about my coordinates. I wanted to get away from blazes for a minute. But I would have traveled. Like, if this was a completely RSG run, then I would have traveled right here. I did travel here in the tourney run. It's not like an off thing at all. I would have definitely traveled here. So I came on hitting my desk and then I moved my mouse. Sorry about that. So I go through and I'm right on top of the Stronghold Village. I die, my brain just dies, and these are the 3 beds, these 3 houses. All right next to each other. My inventory is full again because the seed is whack. I hit that villager on accident. Gary somehow isn't mad at me, or at least I don't think they are. They could have been, though. They definitely could have been. But they didn't attack me during it. So once I'm good, I don't have the exact coordinates marked down of the portal room, by the way. I just know that's roughly past this river, so I'm just trying to judge. I'm eyeing it. It doesn't matter where exactly I go. I just want to be by the portal because it saves more time to run throughout the overworld instead of the stronghold. Well, still the overworld, but you know what I mean. Above ground rather than below ground. And even though I just eyed it, I did it perfect. I want to have it timed correctly. My voice should be a little behind on the recording, so that might have been timed perfectly. But yeah, I mine right into the portal room. And I just fill in the eyes. So at this point, I'm just like, oh crap, I can get sub 15. Damn. So I'm just kind of trying to get ready for that. So I'm just setting up my inventory for 1 cycle. I could have survived. No, I couldn't. I probably couldn't have done it with the 5 golden carrots. It's possible though. It's possible. I would have had less health though in the 1 cycle fight, which is not what I wanted. The dragon insta purchase. And I actually get the crit bug off, unlike the tournament. Get my 5 hits off. Set up the obby. Place the bed. Mine the block. Go up 11 blocks. Drop the lava. I moved a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was if it was like at the right place. It would have been though. So yeah, I moved and realized it was in the right place anyways. And activated all the beds and messed up because I scroll. And I'm like, frick. So I messed up sub 15 there. So now I'm just like, okay, well, crap. The dragon doesn't have its second perch for a minute here, actually. So that's fun. Not like a literal minute, but it takes a long time. So I'm just watching the dragon, hoping that it perches. I do more Java Fires, because why not? Eat the golden carrot for good luck. And the dragon perches, but the dragon has almost half of its health back, probably about half by now. So I'm just like, okay, well, this probably won't kill it, but the lava will help keep it down, so hopefully it dies. And I get a lot of hits off. It leaves and destroys the lava, which means it'll gain some more health, and when it comes back down, it will not be like going under because of the lava. So I'm like, crap, it needs to perch fast for me to end it. And luckily, that's what I get. The dragon perches again. 3 perch is like pretty fast for 3 perches, anyways. Mess up one cycle, but still, I was really hoping for sub 16 here, but I do not end up getting sub 16. I get a 16:01, which is still way better than my turning time. I didn't even finish it in the turning time, but it would have been somewhere around an hour. But yeah, that's the recording, I guess. Bye.